Inmates, how's life behind bars? Not these bars, these bars. Here it is again. I bet you all thought it's been won and it'd be on its way to its new owner. If you followed the actual draw, the live draw that we did last week, you'll know that someone won this bike. A guy called Chris was the winner of this bike. And in that live draw, I said to him, don't answer now, Chris. I want to give you the choice and have a think about it, whether you want to take the bike or take the cash. Chris took the cash, which basically means this bike is now available to auction. Now, let me just talk you through this because if you didn't know already, the total amount of money we raised for the charity was £18,300 and something pounds. Chris took £22,000 cash, but he wanted to top up the donation to the Blood Bikes to 20 grand, which is extremely generous of him. So earlier this week, we transferred the money over to Chris, so he's happy bunny. He's got a lovely Christmas present just before Christmas. But now we've got a second win opportunity because this owes us £22,000. So if I sell it for 22 grand, great. I'm happy, I've broken even and we've done a great thing for the charity. But you and I know that this brand new is £25,000. You and I know it's got £8,000 worth of added extras on it as well. So the value of this really is £33,000. It's still unregistered. The BMW dealer, since I updated them, they said, do you know what, Steve, don't worry about the end of November. Let's get it registered at the end of the year, which gives you an opportunity to sell the bike and register it to its first owner. So you could still get this bike. So what I've done, I've set up an auction on the website. It's live right now and it ends at 12 o'clock on Monday, the 15th of December. So you could be riding this bike away in that week, commencing 15th of December, in time for Christmas, or you can have it picked up, whatever you want. But this could be yours. Now, I already know we've had at least 4 of you who have messaged me asking me to spec this bike out and do the same what you see here for your own bike. So now you've got the opportunity to actually secure this right now, and you could get it for as little as £22,000. But I'm hoping we raise even more for the charity, okay? So if we can get closer to £30,000, that'd be fantastic. Now, as I mentioned on the raffle draw, this is open worldwide, but if you are outside the UK and you get this bike, you have to accept it has to be registered in the UK first. So if you do want to build this bike and export it out to whatever country you are based in, I have to register this into my name. We'll actually register it to a bike thing, and then you will be the second legal owner of the bike. It can't be done any other way, but if you are in the UK, we'll have it registered directly to you as the first owner, okay? Now, before we move on, I just want to mention a bit more about the winner, Chris, because I asked him a few questions offline, and he wanted to basically tell you a few things. One moment. So unfortunately, at respect for Chris, he didn't want to come on camera or anything, so I just said to him, would you mind just answering a few questions? The first one was, Chris, what made you decide to enter the raffle in the first place? And he responded with, the reason I entered the competition was to support your channel and donate to the Blood Bikes and, of course, win the bike or the money. In hindsight, I should have bought more tickets to support them even more. So if you're watching live, you will know that Chris only bought 1 ticket, but I think he's redeemed himself because he's donated that extra money to the charity, bringing it up to £20,000. Again, so generous of you, Chris. The second question, how did it feel when you realised you had won? And he responded, when you called to say I won, I could not believe it, and I thought it was a hoax until I recognised your voice. The realisation that I had won that great bike was overwhelming. He's never won anything. I then asked him, what made you choose the cash alternative over taking the bike? This was a very hard decision, Steve. Bike or money? My heart said bike and my head said money. I have a last year's Triumph 1200 Tiger GT Pro and I really enjoy riding this, but as I am building a self-built house, I struggle to find the time to enjoy my bike as much as I would like. Therefore, I would ride both bikes even less, and the BMW deserves to be used and enjoyed. Fair comment. There's only 5 questions. 6 questions. The fourth question, you very generously topped up the charity donation. What inspired you to do that? And he responded with, there are multiple reasons why I wanted to top up the donation to 20,000. I felt a little bit selfish that I donated only £4.99 to such great cause, and I was walking away with £22,000 windfall, and many other participants had bought multiple tickets. Also, you mentioned in your video, short of a couple of days earlier to the draw, that you had raised £15,000 so far and would really like to get it up to 20,000. So it is a no-brainer. Still, very generous of Chris to do this. He didn't need to do that. The fifth question, what are your thoughts on the bike now going to auction to raise even more money? And he said, I did have in the back of my mind that you would probably not keep the bike, looking at the bikes you already have access to. True. And putting it up for auction is a top plan and very selfless on your part.
It's almost like my work here is done.
And raises even more money for the blood bikes. And the very final question I asked him was, is there anything you'd like to say to Derbyshire Blood Bikes or the people who entered the raffle? And he replied with, the Derbyshire Blood Bikes and many other blood bikers throughout the country deserve the utmost praise and respect for the part they play in filling a vital gap in backing up the health service to be able to provide the best possible assistance for those most in need. Thank you very much for answering those questions, Chris. Really appreciate your input there. So, who is going to get this bike? Look at it, it's fantastic. Now, a lot of you will remember for the last 2 or 3 months, I said, if the winner takes the cash, I will gladly take this bike. And there is a part of me that still wants it. But I have just taken delivery of a nearly new Multistrada V4 RS. And having that and this, and I've also got a 1300GS, which we're still doing loads of R&D work. Something has to go. And I don't want to start stripping this down to do R&D work on it. And also we can raise more money for the charity. So it is a selfless act on my part. I don't need it. It's lovely. I would love to be able to ride this off-road, especially. But I've got too many bikes. I don't need any more right now. But we're definitely going to do this again in the future because it's had such a positive impact on the charity, but also on our channel. Our views are skyrocketing. In November, we got 1.7 million views in November alone, and our subscribers are skyrocketing. I'm so pleased with what's happened. So, you know, it's worked out for the charity, it's worked out for us, it helps us grow, which is fantastic. That was my intention. So if you want this bike, get involved, get amongst it. Get onto that auction, go on the website, on the category section on the left-hand side, or if you're on a phone, click on the hamburger menu, you know, the 3 lines at the top right-hand corner, that will drop down a drop-down section. Go to shop, and then you'll see the category, and you can select competitions. You'll see prize draws, and then you'll see auction. Tick the auction box, it'll take you straight through to here, and the starting bid and the reserve price is £22,000. You know, you might get it for 22 grand. Who knows? If you do, you've got an absolute bargain. And not forget to mention, everything that came with this bike as stock is still coming with the bike. We're gonna throw in the original road tires. You don't have to have the off-road tires on the bike. Everything, the pannier racks, everything, the lower crash bars, you can take it as is, or you can put the original parts back on. They're yours to take with you, okay? So it's worth pointing that out. So, just to reiterate, the auction is live now. You can go on there and you can place your bid. Please read the terms and conditions of it because we will be contacting you to take a deposit from you so you can keep your bid live on the page. We're not just gonna let this run willy-nilly. We need to know we've got serious bidders involved. Please respect the nature and the integrity of this auction because we're trying to raise more money for the charity, okay? So the auction's live right now and it expires midday on Monday, the 15th of December. So one of you are gonna get this in your garage ready for Christmas Day. As I'm saying this, I'm just thinking, how many partners out there are watching this thinking, oh, I'll get that for my other half for Christmas. Yeah. That'd be a wonderful surprise to wake up to this. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? If you want any more information about this bike, like when we first revealed it, we put links down below in the description, okay? Because we've done so much content on this bike. And also the live stream from last week, you can watch that. The first 20 minutes, there's nothing, sorry about that, just scrub forward to when it starts. But yeah, if you want to know more about it, we've got plenty of stuff on our YouTube channel just on this bike, okay? So, good luck everybody. You've got your second chance of owning this wonderful bike, okay? Okay, one more quick sound test. Come on, get your wallets out. Get this in time for Christmas. Come on, get bidding now.